to call the LF-1 merely a departure for the traditionally conservative Lexus brand would be an emphatic minimization. The look of the LF-1 is more athletic and dramatic than the current LS and LC, but has none of the gratuitous wackiness of RX and NX. The bold styling represents Lexus' new design direction, which the automaker describes as brave, courageous, provocative, and imaginative. So let's get to the critical question: just how realistic is this concept? There are fanciful but impractical concept cars built to stir the creative and strategic juices within a car company, but that won't or can't be suitable for production. Some small element of the design might surface on a showroom vehicle in a decade or so. Then there are concept cars with more production intent. Their design might stretch the public's idea of the brand, but they're meant to give a tantalizing taste of what is to come in the near term. The Lexus LF-1, to be unveiled at the 2018 North American International Auto Show in Detroit, most definitely is grounded in realism. This will not be a stretch to build, CalD President Kevin Hunter says. The reality is, we could use this in our lineup right now. This is a category we're desperate to be in. So why waste time? This is a startlingly straightforward answer from an automaker whose communications typically traffic in nuance. In short, if you like it, Lexus will build it. The LF-1 indicates that Lexus is changing to meet consumer preferences. No longer is a sedan or coupe perceived as the logical starting point for a flagship. Given the soaring demand for SUVs and crossovers, it is clear that Lexus is presenting the LF-1 as the luxury brand's new elite vehicle. You read that right, a production LF-1 could supplant, or supplement, the LS as Lexus' top dog. The exterior. Using Toyota's GAL platform, which also underpins the flagship LS sedan and LC coupe, as its base, the LF-1 design interprets a sports car through an SUV lens. Granted, Lexus is not alone with this creative brief, but the LF-1 might be the most imaginative iteration to date. Traditionally, to create a sporty vibe for a crossover, designers have aggressively sloped the roofline downward as it carries past the B-pillar, severely hindering headroom and egress for passengers. But that look is already played out. Instead, the LF-1 maintains a consistent roofline without looking like a box on wheels. To provide performance credentials, the LF-1 carries a stretched hood and a long dash-to-axle ratio. The proportions have the sleekness of a raised wagon, more than a squished crossover. If it sat any lower, it could almost be mistaken for a hopped-up station wagon. The production version of the LF-1 will benefit from the flexibility of the GAL platform. The LF-1's wheelbase and overall length splits the dimensions of the LS and LC. It's 3.0 inches taller and 3.5 inches wider than the LS, too. The platform also allows the LF-1 to carry 8.5 inches of ground clearance. Its structure is versatile enough to accommodate gasoline, hybrid, electric, and fuel cell powertrains. Some rumors had pegged the LF-1 as a 3-row crossover, but Hunter believes a 2-row flagship makes for a more personal driving experience. Lexus doesn't have 100 years of heritage and baggage to deal with, Hunter quips, throwing some shade at the competition. As a young brand, it's better to change and shift gears to satisfy market needs. Although it's the stuff of motivational posters, Lexus designers were urged to accomplish the mission of transforming function into emotion, performance into passion, technology into imagination. We wanted to redefine the Lexus design language, Cartabiano says. We wanted something organic and sharp, a flowing, beautiful structure controlled by edges, not just edge. Anyone who has seen Lexus angular production crossovers of late, such as the NX or UX, can immediately understand Cartabiano's thoughts on the evolution of the brand's design. One key indicator of the new look is the flare that grabs the LF-1's front wheel. The fender construction, as the A-pillar dives into and away from the hoodline, is intricate and complicated. If this vehicle indeed goes to production, a battalion of manufacturing engineers will curse Calty's name. But the structure is a thing of beauty, one giant scalloped arc and muscular swoop that leads all the way down the body side. As sketches evolved into early-stage scale models, an additional rib resided below the flare, low down on the doors. But the doors then had an alternating round-flat shape that was too busy, Cartabiano says. The LF-1 called for simplicity without looking slab-sided. The applications, the grille has looked tacked on, almost a graphical afterthought. During the LF-1's design development, Lexus Chief Branding Officer Takuo Fukuichi and Lexus International President Yoshihiro Sawa challenged the Calty designers to define what the grille really meant to the brand. This led to a month of resketching the upper half of the spindle in various proportions in order to determine how the spindle would integrate with the LF-1's headlights and hood. The final creation is a hood with severe cutouts that feed directly into the grille and make it appear to be an integrated part of the vehicle structure. In the final design, the grille almost vanishes, looking more like negative space between floating front fenders. As for the grille pattern itself and the Lexus badge's location in it, Cartabiano described it as having the appearance of a magnet dropped into a pile of metal filings.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe for more stories.